Greetings, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members. I'm your commissioner, James L. Seegers, coming to you live on a Friday morning at 7:20 p.m. in my living room again. The AM, that is, yes. The baby's sleeping behind me, so I got to be quiet because he might wake up, and that would not be good for anybody, including myself. So we are officially a third of the way into the season, and still got quite a few undefeated teams, actually, so we'll go over those in a minute. I don't like doing these podcasts on Friday morning, but you know what? Life's busy, and this is the only time I can squeeze it in, so better late than never, even though there's a football game last night I wasn't even aware of. I just had to look it up to see who it was, because we went and saw the Joker last night. That's right. A.k.a. Joker, not the Joker. You don't want to walk in here right now. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to get down to the top 20, top 20 teams in the nation, bottom 10 teams in the nation. Sorry, it's early. And the one coffee I had was loaded with sugar, so didn't drink that much. Here we go. Let's look at the bottom 20 teams. Are there any teams that are still 0-4? I believe there may be. Cassandra, do you know?
What?
How many teams are 0-4 currently?
5.
Incorrect. 2. The correct answer. Bombers. I think that's one of Don Knapp's referrals. He's bombing all right. 0-4. 234 points is all. Rough go. Rough start to the league. But anything's possible. We're only 1/3 of the year done. Now, my take on these bottom teams is this. Maybe you're playing a little too conservative. Maybe you're just like, I don't want to use all my good players yet. Guess what? It's time to start using your good players, friends, because you ain't got much to lose at this point. I'm getting sick, too, on top of that. And I have a DJ wedding tomorrow, so I'm very excited. Lesinski's Legends not having a very legendary year. 0-4. 254 points. Still 20 points more than the Bombers. Living up to the name there. The bitch is back. Well, kind of. She finally submitted a lineup this week, so that's a good thing. And, she's 238 points, so less than Cincy's Legends. But she's got one win. At least she's got one win. Okay, number 69 in the nation is the Bare Naked Tiggers, Jackie Woods. Too busy going to Comic-Cons, not in Jackson, and raving about him. Not a great year so far. He's been randomized twice, I believe. That's not good. The Donkey Punchers. This is out of context, or out of character, I should say. What? You know whose team the Donkey Punchers is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's great, because you've been in this league for 6 years, and so is he. The Donkey Punchers is Will Green, 1-3, playing like a real wang. Irish Shamrocks, 1-3, 99% luck, 1% heart. Alabama Muff Riders, Toon Squad, DeWyans, Gary King having a bad year so far. And the Dublin Drunks, Jeffrey Arbogast team. 284 for those last two. Not bad. But that's your bottom 10. We don't like to see anyone in the bottom 10, but someone's got to be there, so thanks for taking the fall. Now, what everyone really cares about is the top 20. Here we go. Number 20, Rob Jazerski's Better Bring Your A Game. He's 3-1 with 297 points. Way to go. Let's just honorable mentions to J Footman Clan and Fornetification, both 3-1, but not quite good enough in the top 20. Then you got Cloacal Kiss, which is Maddie Bradley's team, 3-1, 302. Monstars, 3-1, 318. Built 4D Tough was 3-1, was number 10 in the nation last week, lost this week, falls down to number 17. They're 3-1 with 318.81 points, so very narrow edge right here. Then we're going up to Could I Get a Hot Chub, 3-1 with 325. Number 15 is the Lennon Hurricanes, formerly number 6, lost this week. 3-1, 325.13 points. Not bad still. Not bad. Number 7, Kakamba's last week. Lost this week. Got doubled up. So down to number 14. It was quite a fall. Went from 7 to 14. But not as fall from 6 to 15. Super Original. We're looking at the teams who lost last week. Apparently there's a little pack of them. Super Original was number 4. Now they're number 13. And now we go up to the New Orleans Rock Chucks. Up from number 19 up to number 12. 3-1 with 352.66 points. Barely ahead of Super Original, but still ahead. Number 11 is Cheechki, up from number 18. He's on a win streak. 3-1, 372. And then we get to the top 10, which is where all the real power players are. Mayfield's Chubb, Alan Harvey's second team. Look out, Alan Harvey, defending champion, in case you don't know. 384.76. We got Granny's Baloney Curtains, formerly number 1, lost. Being number 1 is kind of a curse. Just ask Cody Cole. 3-1, 386.78. Bring back the butt fumble. Tom Farmer is on fire. He's at he was number 13 last week. He's number 8 this week at 398. But then there are 7 undefeated teams currently. led by the Bleeding Blue Bombers, who have 87 points fewer than look at that hairline. Then the 3-1 bring back the butt fumble. So they're 4-0, but they've only scored 311 points. Up for number 12 to number 7 is Bleeding Blue Bombers. Up for number 11 to number 6 is Password is Taco. He's on fire this year. He's undefeated, only 322 though. Honolulu Blue Balls beat me this week, 341 and 4-0. Stick Zedinia, number 4, up from number 8, 344 points. Tenacious D, Josh Crampton, back where he belongs. He's up from number 5 to number 3 with 351.12. Number 2 is Play with Mike Ditka. This guy's been in the top 3 all year long. Tony Cromwell, 404 points already. He's either really good at this game or he's just like used all his good players. But that means there is a team higher than him. And that team is... Who's the number 1 team in the nation, Cassandra? She doesn't know. She didn't even set a lineup this week. She doesn't know a lot of things. Here we go. It's Zeke's Relationship Corner. Tom Farmer yet again. So he has the number 8 and number 1 team in the nation. Teams in the nation. By the way, is our daughter up? That's cool. Yes. So, number 1 team with 407.91. Now, let me just tell you something. This is like the NFL where there's the Chiefs. Don't want to talk about it. I was at that game. That was not great. But there's the Chiefs and the Patriots as the best 2 teams in the league. And then there's a huge drop down to the next best team. It's also like the wireless industry. Verizon and AT&T are really good. And then everybody else sucks. I'm not saying everybody else sucks in this league. But you look right here. This is a... Not much separates them. But look at this. 404 to 351. Yeah. It's almost 50 points in the drop from 2 to 3. So, that's where we're at with the top 10, top 20, and the bottom 10. Here we go over here now. We're not really going to be looking at playoff scenarios yet because we're only a third of the way through, but you can kind of get a gauge. We're just going to do a quick overview of the conferences here. Jeff Lebowski Conference, they got 2 4-0 teams and 2 3-1 teams. These 4 teams right here are definitely in the thick of it. 2 and 2 is not out of it. 1 and 3 is not out of it either. There are no 0 and 4 teams in this conference, which is good. Couple disappointing seasons so far, I'm sure. Squadrels down there. Your Mother Likes My Defense defending champion 1 and 3. Donkey Punches 1 and 3. We got a lot of underperformers here, but as I can see, if you can see back there, be careful. Don't wake a sleeping giant or a sleeping baby. You never know what's going to happen. Password to Taco. Dom there, he's always up there, so I'm not surprised. If we go down the Kirk Lazarus Conference, we got 2 undefeated teams here. Mike Ditka, which Tony Cromwell, and Honolulu Blue Balls, which is Larry Weinberg. A couple disappointing performances here. We got, these guys. Okay, Dublin Drunks, 52 Shades of Clay, and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Definitely perennial playoff teams. At least 2 of those 3. Trump Up the Volume is old Steve Garrity. Nantab Knights. This is the conference we said, hey, this is the conference with a lot of good owners. Not playing like it. There's only 1 3-1 team and 2 4-0 teams, and everyone else just beating each other's up. It's the Black and Blue Division. Then we got the Ron Burgundy Conference. We got 1 undefeated team, 3 3-1 teams, an 0-4 team, and a lot of 1-3 teams. So, can I get a hot chub? Atlanta Hurricanes, J Footman Clan. Definitely within striking distance of Zeke's Relationship Corner. We got a long way to go, but I just like to spell this out a little bit. The Spagoli Conference, we got Tenacious D and Stick Zedinia at 4-0, 2 3-1 teams, then a lot of 1-3s. Only 2 2-2 teams in this one. And the Drebin Conference, bring back the butt fumble, Granny's Baloney Curtains, Monstars, and Fornetification. 4-way tie for first here in a sense, even though it's not really a tie because you can see the points. But when it comes down to it, record is the most important thing, so anyone's there. And then down here, this is the most competitive division, technically speaking. You have 3 3-1 teams, 3 1-3 teams, and a whole shitload of 2-2 teams. Brody Bruce Conference. And better bring your A game, ranked 20. However, apparently holds the tiebreaker over both Mayfield's Chubb and Kakambas. That is important information, folks. So now we're going to go to... We're going to just check some things here. We're going to go to player. I just like to see where everybody's at in terms of who's been used. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you do. But I like to do it. Let's go by quarterback. Number 1 quarterback started so far this year is, after 1 quarter of the way through the season, Dak Prescott. 40 teams have started him. That's more than half. About half the teams started Phillip Rivers. Then you get down here. Teddy Bridgewater, someone started him. Hey, that was a good play. Mitch Trubisky, that probably wasn't. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I know that wasn't. Trubisky was started 1 week, scored 4.11 points. What a bum. I'm sorry. I don't know how. Actually, I do know how you feel if you're a Bears fan. What was that? Mitchell Trubisky, who didn't they draft? They said drafted Trubisky instead of who? Do you know?
I don't.
Oh, his name's Patrick Mahomes. So, as a Pistons fan, I know your pain because, Darko. Anyway, going back to this, looking at the running backs here, Austin Eckler getting his time in. 57 people started him. You better get him because apparently Melvin Gordon's coming back. I don't know why he's coming back, but still. Dalvin Cook with 29 games. He's the second place. So, he's all right. And we're going down to the wide receivers. Who started the most for the wide receivers? Survey says Keenan Allen. He was killed by Patrick Bateman. Amari Cooper, 33 games. Kenny Galladay, actually, 35 is number one. I know I started him. Nobody really cares about tight ends or kickers, so we're going to the defenses. The Chargers, 56 teams have started them. Their average point's 9.929, so not great there. The Patriots, though, 37 and average 29.541. That means people know that the Patriots are in a weak-ass division, and they start them when they play weak-ass teams. So there's that. Finally, we're going to look ahead to this week, see what's going on. I don't know why that thing's not there. Well, let's make it bigger here. I don't know. You condense the thing down, it goes away. It's kind of strange. We got to scroll down to week 5, see what we got coming up. Here we go. Beep. Head-to-head matchups. We've got the 1-3, 99% luck taking on the 1-3 Toon Squad. Whatever. And we got 2 top 20 teams as Bleeding Blue Bombers. Pat Provost Sr. takes on Brian Branham's Built 4D Tough. Squadrel taking on Brady O'Bush in what would be normally considered to be a great matchup, but this year they're both underperforming. The Irish Shamrocks taking on Melissa's Meatballs. Password is Taco taking on the Donkey Punchers. The Donkey Punchers better start donkey punching because they're taking on a high-ranked team. You gotta knock these teams down, Bill. Your Mother Likes My Defense. There's another big game. They're 1-3 taking on New Orleans Rock Trucks number 12. Larry Weinberg taking on Jeffrey Arbogast as the 5 takes on the Dublin Drunks. Cheechke taking on Taco Tuesday. Scott Miller's 2-2, coming back. He had a bad rough start, but he's up. Providence Power taking on the Cincy's Legends. I'll probably lose that game because he's 0-4. Nice, Seaman I don't taking on 52 Shades of Clay. We talked about them both been underperforming owners. Both 1-3, which is crazy. One of them is going to be 1-4 after this week, which is even crazier. Steve Garrity taking on Tony Cromwell as play with Mike Ditka. Hopes to continue the dominance. We'll see. Hernandez Hitman taking on Namtab Knights. Can I get a Hot Chub taking on Concussion Protocol? 2-2 versus the 3-1 team there. That's more important than you think. Jay Footman Clan 3-1 taking on Lennon Hurricanes 3-1. Now that's a 15 versus an unranked game, but that is a very important game. The Bare Old Papa's Play is taking on Bombers, hoping for the first win of the year against Old Pops. Bare Naked Tigers, which is Jackie Woods, taking on Tallywhackers Crampton. Crampton's 2-2, but his other team's ranked, so he's important. Giggle Giggle, Michael Myers taking on Tom Farmer's Zeke's Relationship Corner, number 1 team in the nation. 32-point dogs for Giggle Giggle. Not that those mean anything really, but still. Then we got the Apache Chief himself, Cale Seagraves, taking on Alabama Muff Riders, Brock Davis. They're both 1-3, I believe. No, 1-3 and 2-2. Steel City Sackers, Dustin Hanson taking on Carry On Wayward Son, 1-3 versus 2-2. Another top 20 matchup, Sticks It In, you taking on Super Original, 4-0 versus 3-1. True Blue Wrecking Crew, 1-3, taking on This Is My Year, 1-3. This Is My Year started off number 1 in the nation. Yes, that was what you thought it was. 1-0. Now they're 1-3. Free falling. Cue the Tom Petty. Collector Kings taking on Bitches Back. The question is, will she be back? We don't know. I preemptively randomized her lineup last week, and she actually submitted a lineup. She's like, why is there people in? I was like, well, because you haven't set a lineup in 2 weeks straight, but hey. And I was at the Lions game. I couldn't do it at the Lions game. What are you thinking? Although I will say Verizon had excellent service inside that place, which I was impressed with. FarmersOnly.com taking on Cloacal Kiss. Liberalism has eroded the foundations of this country, and enough is enough. Back to basics, folks. I'm not sure how that's gonna. I don't think that's how things are gonna shake out, but we'll see. Taking on Tenacious D. We'll see how that game shakes out. 4-0, taking on 1-3. I'm not certain, but I've heard that Pat Provost has been in talks with Ukraine in order to get some general management advice. So we'll see. We'll see if that helps him. I hope it does for our sake, because anytime a top 10 team loses, it's all good for everybody else. Granny's Baloney Curtains taking on Fornetification. They are 3-1, 2 3-1 teams here, but one's ranked number 9, and one's not ranked. So that shows you there's a lot of a lot of good teams up at the top. My ball, Zach Ertz, 2-2, taking on Rolling with My Homies, Battle of Rookie Owners here, as Don Knapp takes on Young Garrity. I don't know what the kid's name is. I just put Young Garrity. I don't think his real name's Young. Is that your final answer? Taking on Fly Eagles Fly. Nasty Nutri taking on a team has no name. Riverside Ranside taking on Chiz Nasty. Then another top 20 game. Bring back the butt fumble. Tom Farmer taking on Kyle Stoker's Monstars. Better Bring Your A Game. Number 20 taking on Arya's Blade, who is 1-3. Damn, I thought they were 2-2. Boston Georgie taking on Whispering Eyes. Mayfield's Chubb taking on Hockenstein. DeWyans taking on FL Farging Ice Holes. 2-2, 1-3. Both disappointing. Tony Lay and Gary King. Brady's Balls taking on Stafford's Bastards. 2-2, 2-2. And then finally, number 14 in the nation, Kakambos taking on the Black Hole. Rob Bradley's team, 2-2, has a chance to make a move here. So, yeah, well, that was a fun message to read while I'm doing this. Okay, so that's that. Sorry it's taking so long. After today, or after tomorrow, I will not have as much on my plate. Just in time for the holiday season to pick up at work. So, anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget to submit your lineups. Callie Fowler, Jackie Woods, I'm looking at you. Have a good one.